There's a smell that goes with it, there's a feel that goes with it, and it's more than just the looks.
Driving a classic 1983 Porsche can be an exhilarating experience. But does owning one have its challenges? Discover this owner's likes, dislikes, and find out if he recommends you buy one. The Porsche 911 was introduced in 1963 and has been a cult classic ever since. It's gone through a number of changes over the years, but the basic concept has remained the same. Today's owner has a 1983 model. Let's find out how he ended up with it.
It was my dad's car from the day it came off the showroom floor. It was actually the showroom model, and it had all the features on it. My dad's still living, but he can't drive anymore, and I always was the caretaker of his cars. Even when I was a little boy, I'd wash his cars on the weekends. So I was first in line for the car, and I treat it with great respect.
Lucky Paul! It's not every day that your dad gives you his Porsche to take care of. So what does Paul like about it?
The looks. Well, this car is just so classic. Porsche really nailed it in the early days, I think. And the whole, proportion of the car, the interior, the way that it matches and syncs with the exterior, the extreme attention to detail. It's just magic, and everybody on the street recognizes it.
That fastback line, along with the front round lights, make the 911 instantly recognizable. The 80s was the era where they replaced chrome trim with black trim, and this car has a good amount of it. But I still like it. It gives the car a sporty feel. I love the color of the interior leather, and it's nice to see that it's held up so well. Under the hood is a 3.0-liter aluminum engine producing 201 horsepower.
It has a great sound, and driving around town is not a problem. But at freeway speeds, when you're cruising at 80, and it does cruise at 80, I've driven all the way up the coast on it doing that. It gets to be a bit much. It's really loud, and it makes my ears ring, so I wear earplugs now when I'm driving at that speed. Yeah.
The engine is paired with a 5-speed transmission. Driving this car is not like driving any modern car.
Well, there is a fair bit of effort. Unlike a modern car, which has so many computers you can't even count them anymore, you have to make it go. If you want it to go fast, you have to put your foot down. It doesn't just take off and launch like a modern car. Same thing with steering. If you're at slow speeds, it actually takes a fair bit of effort to turn the steering wheel, and the clutch is stiff as hell.
And driving it is not the only effort you have to make. You have to maintain the car too.
I haven't done any major mechanical stuff, but at one point the steering wheel broke. Very mysteriously, we sort of thought somebody might have broken into the garage and tried to steal it. But as I found out later, this is a problem that has happened to this vintage of car, and it's just kind of stress over time on some of the welds. So I totally disassembled, and I kept the steering wheel. We put on a temporary one for a while, and eventually I got around to fixing it. I took it off, welded it myself, put the rubber back on, and then completely renovated and restitched the original leather. So it looks like a brand new steering wheel. And at the same time, the turn signal was out, and the high beam switch, which was, you have to take the steering wheel off to fix, so that got fixed too.
So, okay, there's some challenges to owning a 37-year-old car, but what's the payoff?
Well, one of the things that totally sets this apart from a new Porsche is just the fact that it has the attributes of original sports cars, how they were when they first captured the imagination of people, and that comes with a lot of different parts. There's a smell that goes with it, there's a feel that goes with it, and it's more than just the looks, right? It's a whole environment that you're kind of immersed in that tells you, hey, this is a manual endeavor, this isn't all automatic, you have to drive it.
And does Paul recommend you buy, consider, or skip the Porsche 911?
I think you have to think about this car if you want a car like this. Many people could fall in love with it, but whether they like living with it is a different matter. If you just expect that it's going to be a car that you just drive every day and don't have to maintain, and it does exactly what you want as you wish it would, this ain't the car for you. If you're an enthusiast and you love it, deep down to your core and you're willing to go the distance for it, you can't beat it.
Please be sure to give the video a like, take a look at our other owner reviews, and subscribe to The Driver Download.